Hey guys, what's going on? Happy Friday. Finally, the weekend is here. Time to drink some beer, talk about some records. Ugh, that says it's a twist off. Drinking some Miller High Life today. It is the champagne of beers, so there it goes. Decided to go a little bit cheaper, just something good old American beer. What can you say about Miller? Tastes pretty good. Well, I was thinking about what to talk about this week and what to show or whatever, and hell, I wasn't quite sure. And then I started thinking, it's June, and June is Pride Month and the Rainbow Coalition and all that, and everybody just be yourselves and love whatever you want or whatever. It doesn't make any difference to me at all whatsoever. But I thought, I'll just pull out some records by some people who are, help with that community or part of that community or whatever, and it could be a theme or it could be whatever. I'm just going to call this, this is me just doing my shit like normal, whatever I want to do. So I'm going to start off with Richie Blackmore's Rainbow because it's got a rainbow on it. And we all know, rainbow is the theme of the month, right? So Richie Blackmore's Rainbow, Japanese pressing, obviously. It's got the cool Polydor label on the back. I know I've shown this before. Great record. So, there's another one. Runaways, Queens of Noise. Runaways are a great all-girl band from the late 70s. This is some great music. Joan Jett, Lita Ford, Sherry Curry, others whose names escape me. This one's on the Mercury label right there. Basically, we all know Joan has always been, there's the back cover right there. Joan is, out and proud, so, I figured the Runaways be a good one to show. And, I feel like, I hope not. I hope this community is enough to not give a shit no matter what about, what people do in the comfort of their own homes. So, Judas Priest, to prove a point, Judas Priest, this is the Killing Machine record. There's a picture of the band on the back of it. To prove a point, when Rob came out as gay, nobody cared. Nobody in the metal community cared at all. I've always felt like the metal community, which I'm a proud member of and have been my whole life, I don't think we care at all. It doesn't really make a difference to us. This whole idea of, the problems that some people in this community have, I just never really understood. You be you. Whatever you want to do is what you want to do. When Rob came out, he was in the closet for a long time because he was afraid it was going to hurt the band. And actually, he was out of the band at the time. And, the band knew, but they didn't want him to come out because they were worried about what the metal people would say about it if they knew one of their heroes was gay. Honestly, we should have been able to tell. And he said that. We should have been able to tell. But nobody cared. Like, oh, Rob's gay. Who gives a shit? Nobody cares, Here's another one. When I was looking stuff up, showing about how much we actually care or not, B-52s, they've always been LGBT friendly. We've known that a long time. I had no idea that, I think there's 4 members of this band who identify that way. And I had no idea. Honestly, I'm clueless. I don't know a shit ton about the B-52s. I just know what I like, and I like this record a lot. So, Wild Planet. So, there we go, the B-52s. I always loved their look. The retro look that they had and everything else. Really cool stuff. So, Go-Go's, Belinda Carlisle apparently came out, I don't know, years ago, many moons ago. I actually just listened to this record the other day. I was like, man, this is a fucking great record. It's got cool stuff on it, just very cool, poppy, kind of punkish a little bit. There's the inner sleeve on there. It's got this cool custom label on there. But yeah, this is, I really dig this record. Like I said, it is like 80s pop music, but it's also got like some punk influences, And these girls came up, at CBGBs and all that. So obviously they would have some of that. So kind of, I don't think they really get credit for being like maybe a pop punk type pioneer. So Culture Club, Kissing to Be Clever. This is a good record. Boy George was androgynous and out from day one, Of course, coming from England, it was a lot different for them over there than it was in the United States in the 80s, But it is what it was. He was Boy George and, very androgynous, but a great singer. And this is cool 80s, new wave English pop music. I really dig this record too. And this is, this was a band that, obviously we were aware of because they were all over MTV, but I never really paid attention to because, I was a metalhead and we didn't listen to this. But as I've gotten older and I started collecting music and I started collecting all that 80s pop and new wave music and stuff, that British invasion stuff that happened in the 80s, I started buying all that, buying these Culture Club records. These are all really good records altogether. Cyndi Lauper, She's So Unusual. In her public life, she's always been very friendly to the Rainbow Coalition. And as for how she goes, that's up to her. I don't think she's ever really said, but since she's always been gay friendly, I thought I'd show her today. This is the only Cyndi Lauper record I have. It's got good stuff on it, girls just want to have fun and she-bop and stuff like that. So, just really, really cool stuff. Time After Time's on this record also. And I've never, I like this record. I like these songs, but I'm not like a huge fan. And I was going to get her follow-up, but I've kind of heard it's not very good. So another one who's always been open to that type of stuff is Deborah Harry and Blondie. This is Auto American. This is, what can you say about Blondie? I mean, fucking great band all the way around. Just very cool stuff. So, I like that a lot. And one more, David Bowie, always kind of androgynous and reshaping himself and everything else. Rumors and all kinds of stuff like that, But I think Bowie said it is more about who you love at the time rather than about sexuality. So, and ultimately that's what this is all about, Love is love, and that's all there is to it. And Bowie was kind of had that same attitude, and the music is great. And that's the thing. It doesn't matter to me at all as long as the music is good. And you're not an asshole. So, well, that's not even true, too, because, I love Megadeth. We all know Dave Mustaine's an asshole. So, it is what it is. But, so, I honestly went back and forth with this idea because I don't see anybody else really bringing that up this time of year. And it's because I feel like that pride and all of those things have become like a political statement. We don't like to talk politics in the VC, which I love about the VC. And this isn't political. This is just taking from what I've seen and the bands and the band members and so on who are friendly towards that. This isn't a political statement. I don't give a shit at all about any of it, if you want the truth, But so, yeah, I kind of went back and forth all week long. Like, do I really want to do this? Do I really don't? Whatever. I don't care. Like I said before, my channel will do what I want, and today I'm showing people who are part of the LGBTQ community and their music that I love, and their records that are awesome. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll probably jump on again later tonight. As soon as I get this one uploaded, I think I'm going to do a thread I saw going around, which won't take long either. It's Friday, so fuck it, whatever, have a good time. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate y'all, and I will talk to you all later, man. Have a good one.